Good morning, everyone. Just waiting for my authorization to go live. It takes 24 hours apparently. However, my name is Patrick. I'm a Canadian Forces veteran. I was injured during my service. So, we are running a fundraiser for Wounded Warrior Canada. Now, I'm not asking for any contributions to myself or anything like that. I just want to disclose that. But I know it's hard with the holiday season and whatnot. Money, people have families, and people are getting squeezed for taxes and whatnot. But this is a worthwhile organization, Wounded Warriors Canada, or if you live in the United States, Wounded Warriors in the United States. Uh, Please donate to these organizations. Also in Canada, we have Soldier On. Soldier On provides money for organized activities like the Army Run that they have every year in Ottawa, and for other sporting activities to get soldiers, especially with psychological injuries, involved in sport, in organized sport, to get them out of the house, because it's a big battle with both PTSD and as well as physical injuries, to get veterans involved and get them out of the house and get them into some organized activity where they can go and socialize and interact with fellow veterans and the general population. I know it's a constant battle for myself. Um, Please, even a few bucks, $2. Just think how many times you buy a coffee, Tim Hortons, go to Starbucks, $5. There's a lot of things that the Veterans Affairs and the government doesn't provide for veterans, and these organizations fill those gaps. And if we don't donate, then these organizations become extinguished. Just because the conflicts have ended, just because they're out of the media and they're out of people's minds, doesn't mean that these veterans go away, that these folks go away. We still have some living World War II veterans, although they are fewer. And we still have Korean War veterans. Now, these programs don't necessarily apply to them, but just using that to emphasize that even though World War II ended in 1945, we still have living veterans from the Second World War. We have much younger generation of veterans from conflicts like Bosnia and Croatia and Afghanistan in more recent memory. And Afghanistan was an actual war. So we have many injured in body and mind. These programs that are funded through these organizations, like Wounded Warriors Canada and Soldier On, are very, very vital to providing these programs for these veterans. It pays their travel, it pays their accommodation, it pays their entrance fees. I know for myself, I availed myself of Soldier On. I got a mountain bike. I'm able to go cycling. I got a mountain bike and a helmet. It was paid for by Soldier On program. It's administered through the Department of National Defense, but it's funded through donations, and it's a fabulous program. And there's a little bit of bureaucracy to get it, but it took a while, but about 4 months to get my bicycle. But I know myself and other veterans have gotten sporting equipment like bicycles. Is a big one for my peers. You can't run anymore, but they can cycle still. And it's been an invaluable organization as far as that goes, to get us some equipment whereby we can improve ourselves physically and help to counteract the injuries and the damage that was done to our bodies over our service. I served, for example, for 23 years, and I was in the artillery first, then the infantry, and then after sustaining a couple of very serious injuries, I changed trades and went in the Air Force. Eventually, I finished my 23 years, and that was enough for me. I went back to university, University of Winnipeg, in Manitoba, Canada, and I finished with public relations and marketing management, 2 diplomas and a certificate, which is a big achievement. I didn't think I would be able to do it, but I did it. I got a job with the federal government of Canada after finishing my education, and I worked for them for almost 5 years until I just couldn't cope with it anymore due to my injuries. But at my lowest point, these organizations were there for me, and they helped me and they helped other veterans, and it got me reinterested in focusing my life on something. And as a result, we were going to attempt to get involved with the Nijmegen March. Probably not going to do it fast, not going to carry hardly any weight whatsoever, but considering that some years ago I was walking with a cane still, that I'm able to still have a lot of pain, still injuries didn't go away, but my choice is to do nothing and maybe be in a wheelchair, or to do something and take control of my life and try and strengthen what I have left to a point where I can do something, maybe if we're accepted, that I wasn't able to do while I was in the service because I never got the opportunity. But that I would like to do, it's on my bucket list to do once in my life before I'm very much older, because I'm pushing 50 now. It's not so easy. The ankles hurt, the feet hurt, the knees hurt, and it's not just because it's muscular pain, because these are real injuries I sustained. They're internal. It's not stuff you can see externally. It really hurt a lot, and my body's all full of arthritis and torn ligaments and so on and so forth. But I try to think of our fallen and our more severely wounded brothers and sisters, and some of them can't walk anymore. They don't have legs. Some of them have brain trauma. They can barely be cognitive and have a normal life. And the ones that fell, they're never going to do anything again. They're done. And I miss them. And it's sad. But I had to go through a lot of things to survivor's guilt that I lived and they didn't, or that some of them are wounded and I'm not in the same way, like I didn't lose a limb or something like that. And I think about that and I'm like, well, I don't think that they would want me to sit around and be depressed all the time. I think that they would really, really want me to do something positive with my life. So I've decided to dedicate this training to Wounded Warriors Canada, and my efforts are to try and raise $2,000 by the end of February. I started this fundraiser about a week and a half ago. I've already raised, I believe it's $350 the last time I checked, and I have promises of more. I'm hoping at least in the new year and by early January to have at least $1,000. I would like to complete the rest of this fundraiser as soon as possible. So if you can find it in your hearts, not my fundraiser, but even to Wounded Warriors Canada, that would be great, because these are very valuable organizations. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for listening to me. I appreciate it very much. Have a good day.